But right now, we're going to come back to home, back to stuff that we've seen, and let's talk Perijove with Patrick. Patrick, what Perijove number are we finally on right now?
Right, we are at Perijove 37, and this is the Juno spacecraft. This is NASA's mission to study the planet Jupiter really up close. So Juno has an orbit that takes 44 days to go once around Jupiter, and its closest point to Jupiter as it goes around it is known as Perijove. We marked it as PJ, and the 37 is the 37th close approach of this spacecraft to Jupiter. At that point, the spacecraft is traveling roughly about 130,000 miles per hour, and it's just about 2,000 miles just above the cloud tops of Jupiter, and it has about 2 hours to make all its observations as it goes literally from the North Pole to the South Pole of the giant planet. And as it approaches the North Pole, it's taking images that cannot be seen from the vantage point of Earth and gives us a unique view of the polar regions and some of the atmospheric dynamics that occurs in this region here. And here we're looking right down, very close to the northern pole, and you can see a whole array of detail there, these folded filamentary areas, and it started with cyclones. It's a very complex dynamic that's going on in Jupiter's atmosphere. This image, by the way, is color enhanced, so Jupiter's poles are generally this greenish, bluish color in appearance. In contrast, as the spacecraft moves further down from the poles into the temperate region, just about 54 degrees north in latitude of Jupiter, you can see there are some color changes here. And again, this beautiful folded filamentary region there is disturbed by a cyclonic storm, kind of that brownish swirly pattern there that you see there. It's unscientifically expressed, but it's in detail. We can see the storm. And now that the sun angle is a little bit lower, we can get a sense of some of the profile of those clouds. There's shadows being cast from the higher clouds onto the lower clouds, and you can get a sense of the depth, almost like a three-dimensionality of this particular storm. At the bottom there, near the bottom center, you can see those little white specks there. Those are pop-up cumulus type clouds made of ammonia ices. Another feature that was imaged much closer to the equator of Jupiter and very close, actually just about 2,000 miles above the cloud tops of Jupiter, is this swirly kind of storm, which is known as an anticyclonic oval. This is the first time we've seen this up close. Nearby, that brown spot is a barge. And in our next image, let's get a real close look at this. You see the edge of the storm, and then you can see the barge off in the distance near the horizon there. This is an image taken, kind of processed in true color. So if you're at the vantage point of Juno and looking down, this is what Jupiter would look like. And it's hard to discern some of the details there without color enhancing images, which the public have done wonderfully to really bring out some of these details. And you can see the waves and the edge of the storm there. And it's even dotted by those pop-up clouds, which form a little crescent around this cyclonic oval. Incredible picture. Another incredible picture that I haven't seen, but this is just about 2,100 miles above the cloud tops, is this picture that's looking towards the horizon. And here, I've not seen this, but this really amazed me. The edge of the atmosphere of Jupiter is visible. And this is the first image I've actually seen with that showing. So this is really beautiful. It almost looks like some of the artistic illustrations that we've seen of Jupiter. So it's incredible. Now, these are just a few of the images returned from Perijove 37. And to see more, just simply go to this website. It's at Mission Juno. And you can see every image, raw images from Juno and processed images done by the public. There are so many of them, and many of them have not been published by the media. So you're going to see some really incredible images have not been seen in the mainstream media. So it's a very delightful site. And we look forward to Perijove 38, which has already occurred, but we're still getting images from it. So I'll cover that next month.
Excellent. Thank you, Patrick. Always amazing images like that. And I'd never seen the edge of Jupiter's atmosphere like that either. To me, I'm seeing almost some layering in there. There's certainly a profile of how it's pretty incredible.